Well, Griffin, you finally got my response out. I gotta admit, it took a little bit longer than I anticipated, but I knew you'd get around to it at some point because you're a good little boy who does as you are told.
Huh. Humanity was a mistake. What's going on, guys?
It's your boy, Skinny Penis.
And today we're going to be going over a small controversy between my lord and savior, Griffin Gaming, and this pathetic man-child only known as Bring Halo Back, or what I like to call a poor man's Jay from Jay and Silent Bob. Before we begin, I'd like to go over a little bit of history just to catch my 14 subscribers up. Basically, there's this channel for a few years known as Griffin Gaming, who I watch religiously. Griffin likes to comment on stupid people on the internet, and most recently he commented on Bring Halo Back for making a video on 343 Industries shadow dropping Halo 3 to PC early. And unfortunately, Bring Halo Back didn't know when it was shadow dropped. And he was really mad because, as it was written, thou mustn't release a game early without thy Lord and Savior Crybaby's go-ahead. Now, I'm not telling you to dislike bomb the video that Bring Halo Back made or harass this guy. I condemn that in the highest, but if you want to know, the context or, more of the context, more of the history, I will leave a link to most of the videos that I could find in the description below, guys. Bring Halo Back didn't like Griffin's first video and then decided to make a response video. One I think was an hour long and the other was 38 minutes. The one I remember perfectly was the 38-minute one where he tries to claim that Griffin is a massive hypocrite. Wrong! So Griffin saw this video and made a response video to Bring Halo Back's response video, which has now left us with an hour-long video response to Griffin yet again. And now here we are. I want to make this video because Griffin no longer wants to. Can't blame him. He made a reaction stream instead. I donated. And it's come clear to me that Griffin no longer wants to deal with this man-child's bullshit. So I'll be picking up the slack for now. Note, this isn't going to be a sentence-by-sentence reaction. That would take way too long. So I'm just going to take a few things out of the video that I've seen that really stood out to me the most, and I'm going to make fun of them because I like to talk shit like anyone else does. But if you really want to develop your own opinion, I will leave links in the descriptions to all the videos that I've led up so far, or at least the videos that I can get. Because I think Bring Halo Back deleted one of us. Now, without further ado, let's dive into this shit show, shall we, ladies and gents?
Make a response to it, but eventually you gave in because you know how to follow orders. That is your
I'm already fucking regretting this.
part. I'm just
God damn
responding
it.
to you. Had you never made that video about me, I never would have made a video about you. Probably wouldn't even have known who you are.
I mean, to be fair, he is right on one thing. I didn't know who the fuck he was until he made that shitty take on Halo 3.
You know, it's funny, despite you having a larger fan base, you knew who I was before I knew who you were. And speaking of larger fan base...
Here we go with the larger fan base bullshit argument. Look, I don't care how many subscribers you have. You could have as many subscribers as fucking PewDiePie does, but if you have a shitty take, I'm gonna call it shite.
That if two content creators, or anybody, gets into a back and forth, and one of those people have a much larger fan base than the other person, then it's pretty likely that most people are going to side with the person with the larger fan base.
I mean, I side with Griffin because the shit you've been saying about him is either exaggerated or complete and utter bullshit, but, okay, you can play the victim card. It's alright, buddy. Oh god, Griffin's fan base is bullying me, man. Bruh, it is the fucking internet, okay? If you can't take what you dish out, get off of it, alright? Do you know how fucking pathetic you sound?
And it's crazy because a lot of people don't understand that. I mean, for most of us, that is common sense.
Something you clearly lack.
So it's kind of weird when people point to the like to dislike ratio on my videos about you, when you have a much larger fan base than me.
Bruh, the like to dislike ratio is literally just a joke that Griffin uses. He does the same joke with almost every person he comments on. What the fuck are you talking about?
So Griffin, it doesn't really matter how wrong you are, it's likely that most people will side with you just because you have a larger fan base and you have a lot of stans.
Oh yeah, it totally wasn't for the fact that, you had a bad take on a topic and that you're so much of a pussy you can't take criticism for your bad take. It totally wasn't at all. It's just Griffin's fault. Come. Okay. How big of an ego do you have, my guy? Alright? If I were being called out by Griffin or any other YouTuber for having a bad take on a topic, I proudly take the L.
There were many times where you would not directly address the points I was making. You were twisting my arguments and trying to refute arguments that I wasn't even making. There were times where you would cut me off, like mid-sentence, and not show what else I had to say after that because you knew you couldn't counter the point I was making.
Kinda sums up your whole response video. You couldn't refute any argument to save your life, by the looks of it, my guy. And, oh geez, right now I'm starting to notice I'm only 2 minutes into the video and I'm already seeing issues. God help us all.
But I didn't do what he did, where he cuts out context, where he deliberately cuts me off mid-sentence.
Jesus, this guy's a hypocrite. Well, I mean, how else are we supposed to respond to your comments? You also have this issue where you tend to sound like you finish your statements from time to time, where it's just confusing, so get off our fucking back, man.
Just imagine someone is feeding you shit, and you are willingly continuing to consume that shit.
Huh, like your channel.
You know, I find it kind of funny how he doesn't want to show his own face, but he'll use other people's face in his thumbnails and his intros. Kinda weird.
Bruh, I don't want to show my face either. I mean, I'm ugly as fuck.
Okay, so he shows the clip of me jumping onto my chair. That's fine, that's fair game, but I thought I'd add a little more context to it.
Jumping? You drop-kicked the fuck out of that chair. I mean, that had to be a skit, right? Like, please tell me in the comments of this video if that was a skit or not. I'm legit curious. I'm skipping through a lot of this in this video. I'm not really able to go through every small detail. But, yeah, please tell me, like, why did you decide to drop-kick your chair?
Minute video responding to his response, and then he made a 1 hour 33-minute video responding to that. Which, by the way, I never watched that video of his. I skimmed through it. I saw little bits here and there, and from what I saw, I wasn't impressed, so I didn't think it was worth watching. I know there's going to be some people who will disregard what I just said and actually believe I did watch that video. I actually didn't. Like I said, all I did was skim through it. And holy shit, real quick, his first response, people actually thought that I had watched the video before I made my response to it. I did not watch it. I didn't watch that video before I recorded my response. People actually thought I had watched it ahead of time. Griffin thought so as well. I think he said in his video, oh, he totally watched this before. And no, I actually didn't.
Okay, so... Alright, I don't know if I heard you correctly, but you basically just stated, because you're a guy all about context, adding in every bit of detail so you can make a proper, criticism. You're telling me you basically just skimmed through Griffin's video, leaving out tons of context, tons of details, and made your judgment just by what little you've seen? But are you kidding me? You're a guy of all... You just talked a big game earlier about leaving out context and details is such a bad thing, and you just did it? Like what the fuck?
Some may know him as Griffin Gaming.
Bro, what the fuck? Am I getting, hacked by Anonymous now? What the fuck is this shit, dude?
Come on, honestly, if you can't tell that I was just messing around a little bit, I don't know what to tell you, but that is incredibly sad.
Okay. So... Alright, bring it all back. Buddy, Griffin was also joking in this situation. you know, a joke. The thing you looked up the literal definition of in your last video. How can you not tell when someone is joking? Is your IQ actually 2? Please tell. Oh my fucking god! I need a break. I'm gonna leave for a second. Jesus Christ. I just don't know, Doc. This man is a walking contradiction. Every time he says something, he ends up doing the exact same opposite. It's mind-boggling, and it's got me into a point where I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. Well, if you want my professional opinion, I suggest that you... Wait! Doc, that's it! Oh my god, Doc, you are a fucking genius! I need to finish what I started. Oh, that's not exactly what I meant. But I just gotta take the next couple of clips, react to them, and then, just do my outro. I was suggesting you just step away from it. Doc, thank you. Jesus Christ, you're amazing. Fuck it, just get out of my office. Okay, let's get back to this.
It's going to be him misinterpreting what I'm saying, but he doesn't care if he misinterprets it because he has a larger fan base than me. So most likely more people will side with him even if he's completely wrong and speaking out of his ass. You see, the reason I said that he only cares about the views and the money was because I was pointing out his hypocrisy. Alright? I wasn't necessarily saying that was a bad thing, that you only care about the ad revenue and the views.
Okay, 3 things. 1. Halo, stop using the larger fan base argument. It's a stupid argument. Hell, I, a man with 14 subscribers, still thinks that your take on the Halo 3 Shadow Drop completely stupid. It was the dumbest shit that I've ever heard. Okay? Second, every time when Griffin says something like, he only cares about the money and ad revenue, yeah, partially, he's being honest, because, every YouTuber cares about that. If you're a YouTuber and you don't care about that, there's something wrong with you, or you're extremely rich. He doesn't say it as, like, a sort of thing where he's like, I don't give a fuck about my viewers, I only care about how much money I can make off of it. No, he says it more like this.
Thought it'd be fun. Also money.
And 3, look, I see where you're coming at. I get it. You say something, but the issue is this. You may say something, but you imply something very different. Your tone of voice and the way you say things just makes it sound more confrontational or more just, like, aggressive. So when you mean, like, when you're trying to, like, say, like, now I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. It really sounds more like this. It's like you're trying to say, oh yeah, Griffin's a piece of shit because he only cares about money. He doesn't give a shit about making quality content. That's the sort of vibe that you're trying to give out. Even if that's not like intentional, it seems like you're trying to give out that sort of vibe. It seems more like you're not being genuine by saying, like, it's not a bad thing to care about views and money. It really doesn't. You see what I mean? You say something. Your actions speak louder than your words is basically what I'm trying to say.
No. This is strawmanning at its finest, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot more of it from Mr. Griffin Gaming throughout this video. Like I said, the reason I even brought that up was to point out your hypocrisy, as you will see in this next part.
Which is ironic considering he has called out others for exhibiting the same strategies.
You see, that was my point. Even though a lot of the reason you do this is just for the money and the views, you have called out others for just caring about the views or clickbaiting their videos.
Oh!
Fuck you!
Every time Griffin has definitely made fun of people clickbaiting or, all that bullshit. But every time he said something, he meant it as a joke. I bet you're referring to his video, The Last of Us Part 2, where the title literally says he's, like, milking this for ad revenue. Are you kidding me? That's a joke. It's a little... oh my god, you looked up the definition of a joke and you can't tell what a joke is. Jesus. Okay. And what is all this stemming from? All this is stemmed from you having a bad take on a game shadow dropping early. And when we hear your reasoning for saying this is a bad thing, you claim that a game being shadow dropped early prevents you from playing the game when you wanted to. Hey, newsflash, dipshit. No, it doesn't. In fact, you can still play it at the time you said you would play it. You also then decide to go on later in the video that I'm not going to show because I'm getting sick and tired of this. You decide to go on the video and start saying Griffin, didn't get to play Red Dead Redemption at the time he wanted to. He didn't get to play at the time he wanted to because his console was defected. As in, his console couldn't play the game. He had to wait a month for them to respond to his damn complaints to tell him, I don't know if we can do anything. I mean, eventually they gave him his money back, and you also said that he's entitled because he wanted his money back. He wanted to get what he paid for? Are you kidding me? That's basic customer service, you dumbass! Okay. Holy shit. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. I've just found that out. You not only don't know what the hell you're talking about, you're also entitled as hell, you can't take criticism, and you act like a man-child when anyone calls you out. You are extremely pathetic. I tried to be kind to you this entire video, even if I made fun of you a few times, but everyone does that. You are either very entitled, or you are very stupid. And I can't stand this anymore. The shit you made up about Griffin is fucking stupid and just banal. I expect that from someone with such a low IQ as yourself. Here's the thing. If you're gonna try and get on someone else's case, you better make sure that you're clean or whatever. Because right now, all I'm seeing is you just being a dumbass behind a camera, putting hair in front of your face. You are pathetic, and I still don't want anyone harassing you, but I just can't stand you. Okay, I'm better. Anyway, that was the video, guys. Basically, bring Halo back will continue to repeat himself over and over again. He's like a broken record. But and I don't want to torture you with that. It's like another hour of this bullshit. Anyways, that was the video. Be sure to subscribe, share, and comment down below. I'd really like to think or hear what you thought of this video. But yeah, I've been doing commentary for a bit, and I'm kind of getting a little bit depressed by it. Every time I comment on someone nowadays, it seems like I'm commenting on a person that I used to love watching becomes a child predator, and the other one is just plain old fucking stupid. So I'm thinking of doing more gameplay today, or next time, because honestly, I'm really excited for this one thing that has been in the making for 7 years now, and that's what my next video is going to be on. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I sure as hell am. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. This is Kermit, signing out.